be excited about skin. Be excited about what you want to do. Be excited about learning new things because you're going to forever be learning. You never stop. Like, I can hardly keep up. I have a whole cabinet at home that's just stuff I have to test. It's a lot of work, but it's exciting. It's fun.
Easy peasy. It's really actually quite easy to be excited about skincare because you can really change someone's, not just their day, but you could really actually change their life.
We are in tears a lot at the office. Good tears, very happy tears. It's
love
a
good
fun
tears.
environment, yeah.
Hello and welcome to the Beauty Ritual Podcast, the podcast that hosts conversations about age, beauty, and identity. In a world where the pressure to conform rises every day, this is your dose of perfection correction. Today, my guest is Gabriella Price, the founder of Purefection LA that focuses on clinical skincare and corrective services. She's someone who's had her own experience with a journey with acne, and if you know anything about me, you're gonna know that this conversation is music to my ears because if there's anything I love, it's science-based skincare and science-based services. So Gabby, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I know most people call you Gabriella, but I just called you Gabby.
That's fine. It's fine. Whatever floats your boat.
I feel very comfortable with you.
We're like best friends already, so it's fine.
I'm very excited for our panel next week. When this airs, it may have already happened, but we're gonna have a live podcast event at Kismet, and Gabby's on the panel.
So excited for that. It's gonna be a really good time.
I'm gonna have to call you Gabriella by then.
It's fine. You'll figure it out.
I have to hide my love for you in public. We're not there yet. We can't take it public like that.
No, it's all good.
So before we got started, I know we're gonna get into skincare here in a second, but you were telling me about a podcast that you are starting, and I just want to get into that. Poor Decisions.
Yes, a very good friend of mine, Natalie, and I, we both are aesthetic nerds, and we, for years now, we just word vomit all things skincare. We're constantly texting and chatting and sharing our knowledge with each other and things we're trialing and errors and all that stuff. And almost every week on Thursdays, we would get together and test new products and treatments on each other and do our own clinical studies. We're like side by sides and test out different formulas and different brands and see what works and what doesn't. And we were just like, we should probably like share this with people somehow and then get this out there. And so we just decided a podcast would be the best way to just word vomit our madness and see what people think.
Listen, I love that it's called Poor Decisions because I have made some, and I've made some good ones, and I've gotten lucky, but just given the fact that I'm in the beauty industry, I have a lot of exposure to professionals, and a lot of people are very generous with their services and their time, and I've tried a lot of things. And for the most part, again, I said I was lucky. I think I was lucky. But there were some points in there that I was like, what did I just do? What did I just inject? And that's I'm saying it with a funny tone, but it's an actually serious thing.
Like, I've been lucky.
I've been lucky.
Yeah,
Thank God.
We're consumers just like everyone else, and we're obsessed with skincare and all the technology that comes with it.
And it's advancing really rapidly.
So fast, and there's so many things to dive into and experiment, and the only way is to really test them on ourselves first. And so we are adamant about trying everything and really doing our due diligence. And so we figured might as well throw it all online, and hopefully people don't get too mad at us.
Or just like mad enough to be sexy.
Yeah. They're either gonna love or hate us, and it's totally fine.
It's okay. Just keep it hot and sexy, people.
They'll appreciate it.
All right, we have to go to origin stories. And what I love about yours is that you started out hating facials.
Hated them. Yeah.
Like anger, sadness.
Yeah. Frustration, resentment, all the things. I had acne and it was driving me nuts, and I went all the appropriate channels, dermatologists, facialists, like everybody I could figure out that had a strength in acne, I tried to get an appointment with. I did so much research, and I just had so much disappointment. I went and got treatments and spent tons of money. No one seemed to really take a customized or hand-holding approach to it. It was very the same everywhere I went for the most part, and doctors were just writing prescriptions and not really listening to what I had already done or what I researched already, and it just was very exhausting. And so I became obsessed with it, and I just started doing my own research and testing products myself that I could get my hands on. I wasn't a professional yet, so I didn't have access to all the good stuff, but I did my best, and I read all the reviews online. I would try all the stuff. I would test stuff on my friends. I had a big corporate job, so I would work long, stressful days, and then I would come home and have a glass of wine and read white papers. And my husband's like, you're insane. And I kind of was, but
This is why I'm so comfortable with you. You are my girl. You are my girl.
I just wanted to find out for myself. I'm like, there's gotta be a better way. Like, there's just gotta be a better way. There's gotta be an answer. Like, I know everyone's different, but there's gotta be an answer for me. And that's kind of how it all started.
And I do feel, because I went through my own battle with acne pretty badly, and I went to the derms, I went to all the facialists, and I feel like it sort of figured it, I don't want to say it figured itself out, but I started using some great products. There's Is Clinical that I really love, some staples in there that I can't chalk it up to one thing, but I do feel like I have been able to manage it. It's always been something I've had to manage. Ever since it came up.
It's not curable.
It's not curable. That's crazy. You're the first person to tell me that.
Really, I think that's why I wanted someone to treat me the way I wanted. I want to treat others the way I wanted to be treated. And I think that was something that was really lacking. I just wanted someone to give me the facts and be like, look, it's going to cost this much, and these are the things that you need, and these are this is why, and it's up to you if you can do it or not do it, or have the effort to put into it or not, but at least you have the answer, or the steps to take to get your answer, and that's all I wanted. And I feel like people are misled a lot, and that's something I see, is that they're always like, oh, do these 6 lasers and you'll be cured. Take this pill and you'll be cured. None of that is true for any skin condition, acne, rosacea, any of it. It is a constant maintenance plan that you need to be on, whether it's a couple things, a bunch of things, whatever, the treatments, whatever. It's mostly stabilizing your home care with supportive ingredients and the right ones that are good formulas, and then the treatments are add-ons to enhance those results. But it is a forever thing. I get people asking all the time, like, so how long do I have to do this routine? I'm like, how long do you have to brush your teeth? Like, do you wash your face every day? I hope so. Like, it's not about having a 10-step or a 2-step. It's about whatever your skin is needing. I like to think of it like, if you're deficient in iron, you're gonna take iron supplementation. It's kind of the same thing with your skin. Not everyone's skin is perfect, and as we age, things happen, and we need to supplement what it's lacking.
So I have to ask this, because I'm at a point where I feel like my skin is really balanced, but if you had told me this in the middle of like a fierce breakout, when people were like asking me if I was okay, right? It was actually that bad, where people are like, are you okay? Are you,
It spirals.
It was really rough. And I think if I had heard, oh, it's not curable at that point, that would have been really hard for me to hear.
It can be. It's manageable. It's 100% manageable. But you have to realize, when you're acne prone, we have follicles, and there's going to be good and bad days, and there's going to be things that spike it, and depending on what your triggers are and what's causing it. Like,
what about your emotions?
Yeah, emotions are a big deal. I think it all goes hand in hand. Just like stress has a lot to do with it. Your cortisol levels go up, your oil production goes up, and if you are acne prone and you're not on a good maintenance routine, or you have a stress freak out and more inflammation, you're gonna get a breakout. And there's ways to manage it, for the most part, to keep it away, but like travel, stress, hormones, food, there's so many things that could do it for anybody. Everyone's different, and so you got to find out your things and manage it that way. I always hated doing the most and then waking up with a breakout. It's the most frustrating thing. So I like to tell clients, like, we want to find you what's going to help you, and so that you know what your triggers are. So if you're gonna eat that cake, or if you're gonna skip that night of doing your routine, you're like, well, I don't have anything going on this week, I'll be fine. If I get a pimple, I'll deal with it. Instead of being like, I did the most and I still woke up with a pimple. Like, what's happening? That's the worst feeling defeated.
Okay, that totally eases everything, and you put it so well. It's honestly the truth. It feels like the purest disrespect. But when you understand what your triggers are, and it's no longer a mystery, or you at least have a lot of care to manage it, even if you don't know and it's a little bit mysterious, it makes it a little easier.
It does.
Now, I got to shout out Santa Monica College. I actually went to invite students there the other day. It's my first time on campus. It was quite cool. So you went there.
I want to go back. Yes,
okay,
I went there.
I'm bringing you because I'm going to speak to the students.
Oh my God, I want to go because I want to speak to the students. I actually went and talked to the dean, and it was right when I got out of school because I was like, I want to teach here.
Yeah.
And they were like, you need 2 years of, oh my God, okay, never mind. And then I've been so busy, but that's my dream is to go back and teach there.
Okay, you'll be my guest when I go.
Oh my God, 100%, I would love that.
Done deal. We're dating now, guys.
Yeah, we're teachers now. For
a day. Listen, I just want to be the hot host, to be perfectly honest. You can teach. Okay. I want to be the hot host.
Perfect. I need you.
What was really cool and what stood out about what you wrote about in our back and forth is that you took a serum class. I know you're going to have to tell us more about the journey of school because you also got there in a really interesting way. So start where you like.
Okay, so I went and saw a lot of schools. That one stood out to me because I really liked the structure of it, the scrubs, the layout of the classes, that you can take other classes to get AAs and other things. Like I got an AA in salon and business ownership and got to learn more about the back end, which was fun for me. And I'm a nerd, obviously. And so that really drew me there. And also I made a lot of great friends there. I feel like the structure and the teachers were great to the point that, yes, aesthetic school does not teach you everything by any means, but it gives you the good structure to go in the direction that you need to with it and to build on. And I think that a lot of students that were in my class were very successful and went on to start very successful beauty businesses in all different areas because of the ground we were given there. So I really enjoyed it. I sped through it. I finished school very quickly, but there were some great teachers that I had. There was one in particular that was amazing, and Miss I. James, she was pretty old when I was there, so I would be surprised if she's there still, but she was so knowledgeable and amazing, and she really gave us a lot more than most teachers would in that type of school setting. So we didn't have a serum class, but she did most of the science backing of the aesthetic program. And so she would have a class or two, because the class was like 4 hours. And she bought all her own ingredients that she purchased and her own bottles and stuff, and taught us how to make basic serums and went into formulation with that. I thought was very cool because no one was giving us the time of day in that type of manner. It was very book oriented. And she also would come sit on the salon floor on Fridays. And so if you didn't have class, people would drive in just to go sit with her. And
my dream, honestly, that class sounds like my dream.
Yeah, and she would bring all her modalities and all these things that they didn't teach in school and let us just pick her brain. And this woman was amazing. So that really sparked a lot of my interest, even more so in formulation. Some of my friends were into the modalities, but I was really into the formulation. Modalities are fun, but I really, truly believe that when you know how the skin works and how products work on the skin, you can really do anything.
Can you explain to the people that may not know what a modality means to you?
Oh yes, a modality is any type of device. So it would be like a heat device or like microcurrent, high frequency, ultrasound. Like there's so many different devices that we use in aesthetics to firm and lift and infuse serums deeper into the dermis and the epidermis. And so there's lots of different
in case you like to get zapped. And I like to get zapped.
Yeah, it really depends. They all benefit in different ways.
So there's a big gap between school and the industry. The actual work and how they teach you. What was missing? Because I love that you highlighted what you got and the great mentors you had.
Everything was missing. I mean, they really give you like a tiny glimpse and help you pass the exam for sure. That's about it. And that has nothing to do with actually working in the industry or owning a business, either one. Whether you want to be an employee or a business owner, either way, there's a lot of legwork to be done to get there and successfully.
Tale as old as time.
Yeah, exactly.
I felt the same way with cosmetology school in a lot of ways. Even though I felt like I had a great experience and I did learn a lot, there is just so much that you cannot fill in that time period. And this is where our connection comes in with Nicoletta. She was my teacher in school.
That is so funny. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to high school together.
No.
Yeah, and when I was wanting to get into the beauty industry, I was like thinking about all the people I knew that were in the industry, and her and I weren't really close, but we always stayed like connected on Facebook and stuff, and I knew that she had been in hair forever, so I messaged her and I took her to coffee and we chatted about it, and she told me all about her career and stuff, and she was a big part of what got me excited about joining the industry.
I love that. She's honestly a great person to have in your camp.
Yeah, for sure. I love her.
So, you know what we didn't really discuss actually before this, and I want to ask, was it always the same dream of wanting this like results-oriented facial? Like you were clear about it from the very start. The dream was there.
Yeah. I mean, the second I decided I wanted to go into, first of all, it was shocking that I wanted to go into this. I didn't know I wanted to go into this. My husband told me to go into this, and then that's where I was like, oh, really? I was like, that's not a career really for me. Like, he's like, we're in LA, skin, are you crazy? I was like, oh, I had never thought about it. I just always grew up thinking you work in a corporate job or a desk job or you move up a ladder. Like, I had never pictured it. It was just not something I was brought up with, and my parents immigrants, and we always you work hard and you're thankful for your job and all that stuff, and so I never thought about it like that. And the second he said it to me, it was like poof, and I enrolled in school that week. It was crazy. Like, it just changed my whole life. And I still to this day say all the time, I can't believe I touch faces. That's so weird. But I do, and it's great. And yeah, so it was definitely not something I thought I envisioned myself doing, but it was definitely a path that I'm really happy to be on.
I mean, I love this industry, and I love skincare. Even though what I do is hair, I have a passion for skincare, probably from my own journey, right? The same way that you were trying to figure out your situation, I was trying to figure out mine, but it's such a amazing study. Like the skin is the biggest organ, this is where my nerd comes in. It's incredible.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of misinformation out there, and that's why
TikTok o'clock.
Oh God, TikTok wasn't even a thing when I was when I was starting school, and so it was kind of crazy. I'm glad I did it before that, but social media in general, there was a lot of people DIYing and stuff. And I mean, I was DIYing, trying to figure it out because I felt like the misinformation and the care wasn't there in the industry. I'm sure there are some people that were doing it, but not that I found, not in my area, not available to me. And I really wasn't finding someone who was treating me the way I wanted it to be treated. And so that's where I knew I was like, okay, if I'm doing this, I'm doing it this way. I'm doing it my way. And I'm gonna figure it out and make it happen.
So you wanted a new name for results-oriented facials.
Yeah, I still don't know. I clinical, like it's clinically corrective, like skin therapy. Like, it's not a facial. I feel like my clients are always like, I hate telling people I'm going to a facial because it's not a facial. Like, every time I say that, they're like, oh, must be nice, or enjoy your relaxing facial, or are you gonna take a nap? Like, and they're like, absolutely not. They're like, we're gonna F this shit up and it's gonna be amazing.
So let's put it out there, and maybe someone who listens to this episode will come up with an idea. You never know who's listening.
Send it to me.
But I want to read off some of the imagery that came to mind for you, because you told me some words and some imagery, and the words were bright, sterile, compassionate, evolving, effective, customized, strategic.
Strategic is a big one, yeah. Very strategically mapped out.
So we're putting that out into the universe, and we'll see what comes back to us.
Yeah, give me a term for it, guys.
Hey, we might get it. We'll just use all the humans listening as our own ChatGPT.
Yeah, that's great, please. Yeah, exactly. ChatGPT hasn't done a good job, so I'm sure you guys can do a better one.
All right, so I'm gonna have to quote you now. You said, and I quote, "You can shave your head and grow new hair, but you only have one face, and that cannot be corrected. Or if it can, it may cost you a lot of time, energy, and money to do it."
That's very true. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't do hair, but I'm pretty sure if someone burned my hair off, I could shave my head and it will eventually come back.
It's not the same.
It's not gonna be the
right.
same,
It's not the same.
But
no. What you're saying about skin is that it doesn't react the same way as hair does.
No, you
So
cannot.
bleaching it, right? Bleaching your hair, you can cut it down all the way and just let that new hair grow in. But you're right. You're not growing a new tissue.
And once tissue's damaged, you can't just correct it like that. It'll never be the same once it's damaged. And so that's what I think people misunderstand. They think that they can go get a series of lasers and it's gonna fix all the damage they did. But unless you're supporting the skin, especially with home care, the proper home care, I see it all the time. People come in and it's sad because they'll spend thousands of dollars and tons of time and go through tons of recovery to have almost no results.
Right. My question here is, because I think a lot of people on the internet has also helped create this perception. Can you, like, if you have done damage, I think a lot of people go from a facial and an esthetician to an injector, and they think that, okay, I can fill this ice pick scar with filler.
So, like, yes and no. I would say that even using filler to fill out indents in the skin, though it may give a little bit of a difference because it's going to level the playing field there, it's not, you're still not, you might be a little lumpy. You're not gonna get the collagen build from that you should, because you're not supporting it with proper products. So there's a lot of reasons why that's not necessarily going to work out the way you want. And then also just putting filler moves, it's not always going to be foolproof and just stay that way forever. And so you want to utilize those things, and those things are expensive. To have to continue doing that all the time, and just for a topical look, not an actual result, like, it's just, in my opinion, I think it's a waste of money. I see people do it all the time with advanced treatments where they're not stabilizing the skin. You cannot build collagen without topical vitamin C.
Can you talk a little more about the difference between an aesthetic result? Let's rewind to what you just said of like a look versus a result. What did you just touch on there?
Well, you can kind of mimic the look you're going for, but to actually stabilize a result that's going to last, that's different. So you need to be supporting the skin barrier and like filler. They always say filler, sculptor, all those things are to stimulate collagen, right? You want to stimulate collagen.
Yes.
Sure, you can stimulate collagen all day long, but if you're not stabilizing collagen, it's not going to convert into permanent collagen.
Babe, what does that mean? I'm panicking.
Vitamin C, SPF.
Are we drinking it? Are we putting it on our skin?
Both,
Tell
but
me.
putting it on your skin. Our skin does not have vessels that go to the surface, so you have to feed it topically. So that's why skincare products are so important. People think it's a joke or it's not necessary or it's all money. A lot of it is, but at the end of the day, there's very simple ingredients that make a big difference, and our skin needs to be supplied that topically. Like internally, yes, vitamin C, they give burn victims L-ascorbic acid, like vitamin C drips to help them heal, because they need that in order to rebuild. You can't just rebuild without that. And so same as on the surface of the skin. You need to be applying vitamin C topically in order to rebuild. So if you're trying to build collagen, to repair scars, wrinkles, any of that stuff, you have to be supplying the vitamin C in order to do so, otherwise it won't happen.
So that's yes to both. Put it on your skin and drink it. Thank you.
All day.
That's amazing. What is your favorite, do you have a favorite technique? I know you say that it's like all one clinical thing, but is there one thing, you talk about the skin barrier, that you could really hone in and point in, one direction, kind of highlight a piece of it that we could all sort of take home with us about maybe protecting the skin barrier?
That's a hard one. I would say, honestly, hydration, simple hydration, and SPF. That's the biggest thing. SPF all day. And I know people, this is very controversial these days, but there's no denying that, I think it's over 65 or maybe even 75% of skin aging is from the sun. And so if we didn't, I think it was if we were in a cave and never saw the sun, our skin wouldn't show any signs of aging till over 65 years old.
Really?
Yeah. So it's not a joke. And it's also, I like people to think of it like, it's radiation exposure. So think of the sun as radiation exposure. So you're using SPF on these areas that are getting this radiation on a daily basis. So I'm not saying you need to cover every inch of you all the time, but if your face is constantly exposed, that's where you're going to develop more issues, cancers, inflammatory disorders, because it is constantly exposed. So you want to protect it, because your SPF is going to break down. It's not protecting you 1,000% of the day. So just think of it like you need to protect those areas a little more because they're more commonly exposed. So SPF.
Your business is structured with a teaching element inside of it. Is that true?
Yes, very education based. And so my clients, I try to really prep them. Like when we get new clients that call in, I really try to explain the process and how we do things. And most of the time they're always very excited, but then I get the couple that are like, oh, thank you. I'm like, Brooke Williams is great. If you're looking for a relaxing day at the spa, that's totally okay and acceptable as well. Totally different mindset and totally different experience. But if you're actually looking for correction and to learn about why your skin's doing what it's doing and what you need to do to fix it, then that's where you would come to me.
And what about estheticians? You teaching the up and coming future professionals. What about that? Is that part of your business model, or is it the future of your business?
That is my business model. So all of the estheticians have been trained under me, and so they usually train under me for 6 months to a year before they start taking clients of their own. And I think it's really important because I'm very specific with my protocols and the way that clients thank you. And the way that clients are treated and educated and the results that we're getting. And so I think it's important that they start from the ground up and really learn the basis of the salon, the clinic, and everything that we're doing, and how to book the clients, how to reply, how to clean things properly, how to store things, how to stock things, like all the things, and the way that I prefer to do it before they start doing that, so that they can kind of embody exactly what I would like them to.
What do you think makes a young professional a great fit for you? I'm curious.
Just be excited about skin. Be excited about what you want to do. Be excited about learning new things, because you're going to forever be learning. You never stop. Like, I can hardly keep up. I have a whole cabinet at home that's just stuff I have to test. It's a lot of work, and but it's exciting. It's fun. That's the best part of it. So as long as you're excited about it and you come into work like gung-ho every day, it's a fun environment. Like, it's not stressful or scary, and everyone's here. It's great. I'm very lucky to have the team I have. They're very sweet and supportive, and we all cheer each other on. We all cheer our clients on for each other. Like, clients walk in and we all know what they're doing and what step they're on, and we're excited for them. So I think just be excited about it.
Easy peasy. It's really actually quite easy to be excited about skincare, because you can really change someone's, not just their day, but you could really actually change their life. And that sounds dramatic, but it's absolutely true, because your face is the thing you show everybody. And if you're struggling with something and it's right on the front and center, if you change that for someone, I mean, it is such a heartfelt moment. I can't describe it. It's really satisfying.
It is. We are in tears a lot at the office. Good tears, very happy tears. It's a fun environment. Yeah.
We love good tears. We love lifting up people's spirits.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think you'd like every esthetician to understand from day one?
I think it's really important to not get clouded by all the fun devices out there and all the new shiny products. I think it's important to master your brain and your hands and what you can do with those, and focus on that, because that's what will set you apart from everyone else. I think that everyone invests all their money up front in a hydrofacial or this device or that device, or buying into some huge product line, and then you're kind of stuck in that, and then you're just like everyone else. So once you hone in on your skills and you can do a great facial with just your hands and your knowledge, you'll be set, and you'll have those clients that love you, will come to you forever, and that will set you apart from all the deals down at the med spa in town.
And to be honest with you, what I do notice about med spas that have facial aspects in it, because it's such a tech-reliant piece of the beauty industry, it's very much far and away from what you're describing as a hands-on experience. You go in for a machine. So a lot of times I do feel like the resident esthetician at a med spa is a little bit more of a provider of a service that's like an oil change versus something that is like really personalized and hands-on and boutique. And I don't mean that in a way to speak ill of the styles that are out there, but just as a very practical way of even just grading your expectations when you go into a certain type of spa, when you know that you're going to get a much more grounded, hand-oriented facial, you're probably going to get more specific treatment. When you go in to a spa that really features machines like microdermabrasion or a hydrofacial, it's much more of an assembly line facial, I find. And trust me, I will go to both. I've gone to all of them, and I'm not speaking badly of one or the other, but it's good to know as a consumer, even as a provider, the difference in the style there. Because to be quite fair, I don't think that med spas look at facials poorly, but I don't think they look at the results the same. The results that a med spa is trying to get and the results that a facialist and esthetician is trying to get are two very different things, and the public doesn't know that. Even sometimes the young professionals in the industry don't know that going in, that they're cousins, they're not sisters.
Completely, you said that very well. It's true, and I think that that's why I tell people, I'm like, it's very okay to go to both. You know, like I don't expect you to just come to me, you know. It's okay to go and get your like a lymphatic drainage facial or love them, you know. Like there's so many different types, like the hydrofacial, like all these different types of facials. They're all great in their own way, and I just think that this is when you're looking for something specific care for a customized routine, a customized treatment. Every time you come in, your facial is going to be different and tailored to what's going on with you. I'm going to be listening. I have notes about your history with me, and we're going to incorporate all that. We're going to check in on how you did at your last treatment and how you're doing on the routine you're on. Do you like it? Do you want to try something else? Like, we're seeing that maybe this isn't progressing the way we want it to, and maybe you think it's good, but I think it can be better. So that is also part of it, is that you're getting the professionalism and the knowledge that we have in your back pocket. Because once you're going to see someone at our practice, we're checking in with you in between appointments. It's not just about your appointments, it's about your whole journey.
And the listeners may already catch this, but what I'm really hearing is how much passion you can really have when you are the one really handling all of the controls. When there's just one machine, there's like one control. You're just, you're doing whatever. If you're using the microdermabrasion, you're exfoliating. If you're using the hydrofacial, you're doing whatever the hell the hydrofacial does. But when you have that hands-on approach and you're really understanding it, you're using your brain, you're using the science of each product, you can actually target specifically what you're looking at versus just a wash. And as a professional, you could totally see how you could be really disconnected if all you used were machines. You could just feel like, I'm coming in and I'm ringing up the cash register. Like, it could actually feel like I'm doing an oil change, because that's all the machine allows you to do. Not to say that it's not a great tool, not to say that you shouldn't ever use it or anything of that sort. It's just that there's building blocks, and I totally agree with you, Gabriella, that the hands-on approach is the first and foremost. It's of the most importance to understand that, because it's going to build connection, and it's really going to build. It's going to build your mind.
It is, and that's the fun part. Is I really like when a new client comes to see us, we build routines for them, but I don't make them purchase right away. I don't want them to. I think it's very important that we go over it, that they try things, and we build it together to make sure it works for them. We also attract a lot of problem children. Our clients are very reactive.
What does that mean?
All of our clients, they have acne, they have rosacea, they have a lot of autoimmune disorders, they have allergies, like specific allergies, things they can't use, like reactivity, sensitivities, things like that. So we are the clinic that gets those cases specifically more so.
You are a safe haven though, because when I tell you that at the height of my acne moments, the pressure to buy every single time.
I hated that.
Oh my God, it literally, my nervous system would like shut down because I was like, I can't go through this again. I can't buy a whole new system.
All of this, and I'm gonna go home and break out again, and I'm gonna cry myself to sleep again.
And I'm gonna have $10,000 of half-finished product
sitting in my cabinet getting expired, and I don't know what to do with it, and I won't get rid of it because I spent so much money on it.
Yeah, I'm just putting it on my big toe. How about that?
That's what I tell
my
all
big
my
toe
clients.
Doesn't break out.
I say we all have cabinets, graveyards full of crap we've bought.
Oh, babe, it is a graveyard.
It
is a graveyard.
Let's not do that again. So I actually have clients send me pictures of stuff they have, like if it's not expired or something and they don't know what to do with it, I'll tell them like, this you can use, let's use it this way, or I'm sorry, this is absolutely a no. But I try to utilize everything because I've been there and I don't want to be like, toss it all and start over. Like if we can use it, let's use it. Like I don't want to be that person to be like, no, it's all terrible. But if it's all terrible, I'll tell you.
Hopefully you didn't go too deep on TikTok trying to solve this on your own. I pray for you. So we like to finish the podcast with a few questions. And one of them is, if you could go back to Gabriella at her corporate job, Miss Corporate Girly, before she had that little moment of, her husband noticing like, hey, maybe, what would you tell her from where you are now?
Don't waste another minute there. Like get out and figure out what you want to do now. Don't waste your time there.
Just get going.
Just get going. Yeah. Yeah, I wish I did it sooner. I wish I figured it out sooner. Yeah. I mean, I was into this, I was obsessed with the skin stuff for years, but I'd never really realized that it was a passion. I don't know why. I saw other people have passions. I was so jealous of my friends who were musicians or artists and stuff. And I was like, everyone has these passions that they know what they want to do. I have no idea, but I just wasn't opening my eyes to it.
Okay, can we just quickly, we have to dive into this a little bit deeper. Were there any clues that popped out to you after the fact that you were like, oh wait, that was my creativity signaling me, or oh wait, that was a moment that I was so close to it, I was like right next to it?
God, no, I really don't think I ever would have seen it if it wasn't for him. I was blind to it. I really was.
That's wild. What made you open to him suggesting it? Because a lot of people, I think, can sometimes be blocked and resistant to it, and they could hear it, but they'd be like, no.
I didn't feel any connection to my career. Like I was doing well. I kept moving up. Like I've always been very involved, like board of directors, like doing all this stuff. But I didn't feel connected to it. And I was like, oh my God, doing something that I like? How cool would that be? So I had never experienced that. So that's why I was like, done, let's do it. What can I lose? Just start over again.
But that's a really brave jump to make, and it takes a good amount of trust and confidence in yourself. And I'm glad that you did it. Honestly, it lights me up to hear it because it's wonderful to like what you do. So obviously we're all happy for you. But
we have one life. I think that's what it is. We have one life and it's not that long.
You're right.
So how much am I going to mess it up?
It depends on who you're asking. Anyway, the last question I have for you is, what does beauty mean to you?
I think beauty means believing in yourself and holding your head up high. Because I see people really holding their head low all the time because of their skin or things like that get in their way. And so that's kind of why I named it Purefection. I thought it's not about perfection. It's about being purest to you, like being pure to yourself and letting that hold you up.
You're gonna make me cry because it really does. Like when your skin is not great, you like literally walk with your head kind of low. All you think about.
And I see it every day. People come in. I'm gonna cry too.
Why are we crying? No, but it's real. It's honestly really real.
I think about this girl I was just treating, and she came in, her head so low, her hoodie on, just quiet, hardly talked really. And by her follow-up a week later, literally her hair curled, she had hoops on, she came in, she was like smiling ear to ear, she was so happy. And her mom was like, I don't know what you did, but my daughter has not been this person in years. And I see that a lot, and that's why this is oh my God, I hate you for asking me this.
It's okay.
But I love it, and I love doing that because of those moments.
I just have to tell you, it's not every time that you get to see it, because obviously you do your work and people go home and sometimes they don't tell you that it was great or whatever they experienced.
Well, I bug them.
I should bug more, because honestly, the moments that I've had where someone has like completely reinvented a new sense of confidence and I've gotten to see it, I get hit with like this wave of emotion of like, I'm so moved by it, because it has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with them being able to express themselves and live more of their life. So it's
you using your craft to help them achieve that, you know? Like sometimes they're blind to it. They don't even see what they could be until you open their eyes. And that's
they can't even hope that it could get better at that point. Like when you're really walking around with your head like down like that, you don't even have a hope that it could change, and you don't just accepted it.
Mm-hmm. And I was there, I know.
Oh, that makes me really happy. Happy tears, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gabby, so much.
Oh, thank you much, Eva.
Gabriella. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. Can you tell the people where we can find you?
Yes, you can find me in Toluca Lake. You can find me on Instagram at purefectionla and then or on our website, purefectionla.com.
And she's gonna have a lot more live streams, and obviously her podcast. You really have to tune in, because this lady knows what she's talking about. She's coming from the heart, and you can't ask for more. When you have the science and you have the heart, you got it all, baby.
Oh, thank you.
So if you live in LA, this may have already been passed, but honestly, if we do another live event, I wanna see you there. So if we don't see you at this one, we'll see you at the next one. And you can find me online at beauty_ritual on Instagram, on YouTube, the Beauty Ritual Podcast, and anywhere else you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, and the like. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you listen, and I will see you soon.